Hi, I'm Elizabeth Andrews. Welcome to my very own Yoga Body Labs class. I designed this class because I wanted us all to build resilience and longevity in our system. I found that after 30 some odd years in the movement world as a coach and an instructor, being taped together from the way that I was training, which was very competitive and type A, I thought if I have these issues, chances are people coming into my class do as well. And I also found that we have a tendency to stay in one lane. So I'm going to bring you a lot of different movement modalities under the umbrella of yoga. We're going to explore just like a laboratory, and I'm going to ask you to have an open mind, lose everything that you've had in the past around movement so that you can be inquisitive and try on new movements to see how it feels in your body. Not mine, the instructor, but for you. So every class is a little different. We always start with developing the core and stability around that because that's the Mac Daddy. And then we move. Open mind is what I'm going to ask for you, and I want you to have fun. Enjoy. All right, so go ahead and get down on your mat. We're going to start with Supine 90-90. Really like to start integrating the core and get it fired up, building tension there so that we can move more efficiently distally. So go ahead and get onto your back. We're going to bend our knees. Now for some of us, myself included, I have used my neck flexors as a compensatory pattern because my core does not stabilize. So I'm going to ask you to take a little towel, a little jacket, or something just put behind your head to lift it just enough. And I also have a ponytail, so if you have a ponytail that could skew your alignment, just to lift your head enough so that your neck can relax. All right? So 3 points of contact, the back of your head, the back of your thoracic spine, and your sacrum are going to maintain connection to the floor. Your low back, you're going to maintain your natural lordotic spine. We're not pressing the low back into the ground. So starting with the supine 90, I want your head pressing into the floor, neck is long, chin is in, chest is wide. So I'm going to pull your clavicle apart, ribs down towards your hips, and hands down to your side, palms facing the ceiling or down. If they're facing the ceiling, you can get into some external rotation and not grab the floor so much. Now, I'm going to ask you to inhale and then slowly exhale like you're breathing out of a straw. Again, inhale, and we want the lateral ribs to move. Exhale like you're breathing out of a straw, and you should feel that pressure building into your core. We're going to add on to this. Very important on the inhale, we're not pressing the belly to the sky. We are wanting the ribs 7 to 10 because that's where your intrinsic core muscles are attached to open laterally, side to side. So 2 or 3 here. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Can you feel, keep exhaling, can you feel the strength and the tension building into your core? Now, I want you to lift both legs. Your feet are flexed. Knees directly over hips. So we're upping the ante a little bit with the core tension. Again, neck is long, chin in, chest wide, ribs are down. Make sure you can feel your ribs open laterally on the inhale, maintaining lordotic spine. Very, very important. Here we go. Now watch. As you exhale, you're going to lower one leg at the time. On the exhale, moving throughout the whole exhale, breathing out of a straw. Inhale. Exhale, right heel down. Inhale. Left leg slowly comes down. Again, breathing out of a straw, creating that pressure, tension in your core. We're breathing behind the shield. Inhale, exhale, right heel moving towards the ground, The whole time you exhale, which I can't talk and do it at the same time, so just bear with me. Again, inhale, left leg. Neck is long, chin in, chest wide, ribs down, maintaining those cues. One more. Inhale, exhale, maintaining your lordotic spine, pelvis is even. Inhale, left leg. And relax. So my hope is that you felt some tension throughout your core as we're building that gut pressure. Now I'm going to ask you to flip over and come into a quadruped position. Wrists are under shoulders. Spread your fingers like starfish. Knees under hips, toes curled under. So in animal flow, we call this a static beast. It's also a quadruped. It's called a lot of different things, tabletop and yoga. For today's purposes, we're going to call it a quadruped into a static beast, bringing in a little animal flow. But the cues that you will find throughout this movement will stay the same. Neck long, chin in, chest wide, ribs towards your hips, ribs down, ASIS, PSIS relatively even, meaning pelvis relatively even. Wrist under shoulders, no knees under hips. I want you to push into the ground, keeping neck long, chin in. Corkscrew shoulders in like you have a kiwi in your armpit and you're just holding the kiwi into the armpit. I want you to grab the floor like you're picking up dirt so that you get out of the wrist compression. Notice that if you have wrist issues, maybe you're collapsing into your wrist. So push into the ground, grab the floor with your fingers, squeeze the kiwi, stay here. Think about those cues, neck long, chin in, chest wide, so pull your clavicle apart, ribs towards your hips, drive your toes in. Now take that inhale that we just did, and then slowly exhale, lift your knees and hover here, maintaining those cues. Hold for 4, hold for 3, hold for 2, and then slowly pull your knees to the ground. So as we get into this movement, I want you to think about, this is a phrase that I got from one of my mentors. I have about 3 mentors that I really follow and regard. Precision drives intensity. The results will come when you slow your movement down, when you are aware of how things feel and how they move in your body instead of trashing your body. Results will come. Precision drives intensity. So let's do it again, shall we? We're trying to correct patterns, remember? Most of us have created patterns that are not serving us well anymore. Press into the ground, maintaining neck long, chin in, chest wide, so feel your clavicles pull apart, ribs towards your hips, drive your toes into the ground, inhale, lift your knees as you slowly breathe out, holding that static position. And now can you hold this position, maintaining those cues, and just breathe. Breathe here. Now say you're successful in this movement, lift the right leg. Just hover the foot. Can you bring that knee in, touch the elbow? Can you slowly take it back and hover without the pelvis moving? Can you bring it back in, tap the elbow? Take it back, hover without the pelvis moving. Lower the foot, lower the knees, child's pose. And we take it into a child's pose or a restful position to give your brain a little break from the taxing effort that we're asking of it. Again, this is our nervous system at the end of the day, we're dealing with our nervous system. And when it's stressed or when your brain's freaking out, your movement will be compromised. So we have to breathe. We want the vagus nerve stimulated. We want to be able to maximize our movement. Correcting movement, again, the goal is to move better and to build resilience. Let's try the other side. So when you find things breaking down, you stop, you recalibrate, you think about those cues, and then you come back into it. So let's set up again. Spread your fingers, wrist under shoulders, knees under your hips, toes curled under. Grabbing the floor like you're picking up dirt, press into the floor, push the floor away. Neck is long, chin in, chest wide. So really pull the chest apart. Hold the kiwi in the armpits, ribs towards your hips. So you should be able to feel more integration as we're moving into the system towards our feet. And now pelvis is even. Take an inhale, lift the knees, hover, and slowly exhale. That same pressurized, slow breath. Now stay here and breathe. Are you sinking into your shoulders? Can you maintain that stability through the shoulder girdle? Is your neck still on? Now how about we lift the left foot and hover? Can you keep your pelvis even? Bring that knee to elbow. Slowly pull it back. Hover. Are you able to maintain even pelvis? Neck long, chin in, chest wide. Hover. Keep pressing the ground away. One more. Pull the knee into elbow. Maintain those cues. Watch the elbows. They'll try to bend. Hover. Lower the foot. Lower the knees. Have a seat back onto your shins. Close your eyes and just notice, what did that feel like? Did you feel your body having a little conflict within itself, trying to maintain as we layered complexity in that quadruped position? And if you did, okay, movement changes minute by minute, day by day. Maybe you were on point yesterday, but today your balance is off. Maybe you haven't eaten well. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe you just had a fight with someone. All of that affects movement. So with your eyes closed, relax, go back to breathing and feeling your side ribs move. Inhale, exhale, recalibrate. Laterally, we want the ribs to expand, keeping neck long, chin in, chest wide, ribs down, so that our diaphragm is in its most efficient position to get the job done. Starts there, our inhalation muscle. A few more seconds here. And then open your eyes. We're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna bring in a scorpion reach, again from animal flow, adding a little different play in planes of motion, still building on what we have made with the quadruped. So we're gonna go into a child's pose. We start with what we call a loaded beast. Curl your toes under, except I call it a child's pose on crack a little bit. So spread your fingers, toes are curled under, but you're gonna lift your knees, you're gonna press your shoulders into your ears, and now pull your thighs apart. Here's your loaded beast position. You can see it's super active. I'm reaching with my ring finger, I'm pulling my thighs apart as my knees hover, and I've lost my neck space. From here, you're gonna begin to lift your right foot with your right hip to come over and touch into the left wrist. Inhale, lift right foot. You're gonna come over and around, press the knee into the left arm. Now watch this. You're gonna circle around, so we abduct the hip, come up on that left toe as we spiral around, and press the foot away from your hip. You're gonna come back the way you came. Be mindful what your arms are doing. They stay strong. So you're gonna come back around. There's an abduction. Stick into that arm, drive in, press back into your loaded beast position. Heart rate will be going up on this one. Again, pull your thighs apart. Same side.
Right side, lift your hip, lift your foot, bring it with you. Your heel is up on the left foot, knee comes into left arm, drive into that. Circle around, spiral around. You can notice I'm spiraling on that left foot. Elbows are straight, reach with your toes, point that foot, come back around the way you came. Knee drives in, press back into that loaded beast position. Spreading your knees. Let's try left side. Inhale, drive up. Knee comes into right, pull it in, press. So make strong contact. Swing it around. Notice the spiral of the right foot. Elbows are straight, reach. Come back the way you came. Circle around, knee comes into right arm, press into it, press back. Loaded beast, thighs open. One more, lift together, come around, drive in, circle around, spiral. Reach with your toes, elbows straight, opening that spiral line. Come back around, circle that knee out wide, connect into the arm, press back. Loaded beast. And come down to your knees and embryo, let the head rest between your knees. A couple of breaths here. So we've got that core nice and lit.
Bring your hands forward, curl your toes under, press back, down dog. The same idea with your armpit, like you're squeezing that kiwi. If you can watch the shoulder, this is one of those exploring. We want the humerus, the upper arm bone, to be more centrated. So pull or wrap those armpits in like you're holding some kiwi, and you'll feel that integration in the armpits. Stay here, neck is long, chin in, chest wide, ribs down if you saw mine move. Now put attention to the feet, will you? I want you to feel your first met head right under the big toe, under the pinky toe and your heel, and press into the floor evenly as you drive pinky, forefingers, and the thumb pad into the floor as well. Again, wrapping those armpits. Feel that position. You should feel very solid from your pinky fingers to the pinky toes. Keep the left foot where it is. Inhale from the right hip, lift it. Drive from the heel. Again, big toe, pinky toe, heel, pressing away from you. Lift the left heel as you inhale, bring that thigh into chest. Bring your weight forward. Thigh drives into chest. Now set that foot down. You're in a low lunge. Hover your hands. Knee over mid part of the foot. Keep hovering your hands. Now feel the hip here. Pull your thighs towards one another. Put the emphasis back on the foot, under the big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Keep hovering your hands. Begin to shift weight out of your left leg and lift into a modified warrior 3 or a single leg stance. Notice the left hip is level. Again, we want ASIS, PSIS even. Lit up, drive from the heel of that left foot. Breathe here, neck long, and come to a stand in your Tadasana. Notice what you're feeling in your feet. Again, under the big toe, pinky toe, and heel. There's your tripod. We want to be mindful of that tripod in our foot position, whether we're loaded or we're extending our foot. Feel that. Are you equally loading that tripod? Breathe here. Inhale, reach the arms up, reach. Hands to heart center, have a seat into your chair. Hands together. Relax the hands down to your side. Pull the mat apart with your feet. Ribs down, neck long, chin in. Stay here. Bring your hands together. Think about the tripod of that right leg as you lift the left leg and hover, loading that right hip. Breathe here. Stay here. You're gonna step back to warrior two. Slowly step back, warrior two. Now, my back is to you. I'm gonna face you so that you can see the position. I want the back leg parallel to the back of your mat, front leg dividing the mat, hip bones facing out in your warrior two. So this is a frontal plane movement. Oftentimes, we are divided, we're dropping into it. Think about frontal plane, keeping your hips even because we want the pelvis stable, and then open the thigh. Stand tall like you've got a book on your head and extend your arms. Breathe here, reach, ring finger, ring finger. Breathe here, stay here. Go deeper into that front hip without collapsing into the thigh. Breathe here. You're going to windmill your arms down into a plank. Press back into a plank. Stay here. Chin in, chest wide, ribs down, pelvis even. Stay here for 4. 4, 3, maintain those cues. Are you sagging? Can you maintain? Push the ground away. Let's add a little strength, shall we? Walk your feet in. So you're almost in that beast position. We're hovering our knees. You're gonna lower your nose to the ground, push the ground away. Neck stays long. Lower nose to the ground, elbows going behind, and push the ground away. Step back, down dog. Breathe here. From the left hip, extend the leg, lifting from the heel of your foot. Lift the right knee, bring thigh into chest, bring it forward so your weight is over your fingers. Step that foot, and now hover. So hover in this low lunge. Pull your thighs towards one another. Go back to the tripod. Under the pinky toe, under the big toe, the heel, that tripod loading the foot. Breathe here. Hover. Now, begin to load more weight into the left hip, keeping neck long. Slowly begin to lift out of that back leg. Keep the heel flexed. That same tripod presses away, hovering your hands. Stay here. Now, go to the inner thighs. Pretend like there's something between your inner thighs and squeeze it. Maybe like a big sponge, you're trying to squeeze water out of it. Keep that tripod pressed from the heel. Stay here. Breathe. Keep breathing, and then slowly bring your weight back up into a standing position. So we use the left side, yes? Stay here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands to heart center, lower into that chair. Neck long. Bring the ribs towards the hips. Split the mat, pull the mat apart with your feet to feel the engagement into the hips. How often do we sit in chair and we just dump in it and we have an interior tilt? Lengthen by pulling the ribs towards the hips, keeping the pelvis even. Neck long, stay here, breathe. Go to the tripod. Feel the tripod of the foot, stay here, breathe. Begin to load that left hip. Begin to lift out of the right, still holding that right side, hands to heart center. Stay here, hover. Breathe through it, step back, warrior two. And again, I'm gonna face you. Now I want you in the frontal plane position. Instead of splicing your pelvis into 2 positions, the hip bones, again, we've been talking a lot about that in class. Your ASIS, these bony protrusions, should be facing in the same direction. So, Back foot parallel to the ground. Front foot splitting the mat so the femur is opening out of the pelvis. Pull your pelvis together. Press into that hip. Stay here, breathe. Tripod, pinky toe, big toe, heel. Pinky toe, big toe, heel. Find that. Pull your thighs in towards one another. Neck long, chin in, chest wide, ribs down. Extend your arms. Breathe. Pull your armpits in and down. Go deeper into that left hip without sinking. Stay tall, like you have a book on your head and you're working your posture back from the day. Now notice this back leg. Are you locking out into that hip? To that knee? Try from your pinky toe, surrounding that joint with the muscles above and below. Stay here, breathe. Press into it, stay here, breathe. It's your warrior. Keep opening thigh while hips stay forward. This is a frontal plane movement. Windmill your arms down back into that plank. Press, strong hands, lift that foot, ankles together, hold your plank, breathe here. Lower into a tricep push-up, no more than 90 degrees. Press back up. Chaturanga or tricep, no more than 90 degrees, keep neck long, press back up. One more. Press back up. Lower your knees. Have a seat onto your shins and breathe. So again, alignment, joint angle is very important so that we're not developing injury. It's not if, it's when. So we want to be mindful. So even in chaturanga, it's a 90-degree bend of the elbow. Elbows are more in towards your ribs. You're not scraping, but they're in more towards your ribs. Again, so that your humerus, your upper arm bone, is most efficient and centrated and not dumping and creating impingement. You're going to step your right leg forward into a half kneeling. Turn the left toes under. Take your hands onto your hips to feel that ASIS. Let's load that hip. Left toes drive under. Again, neck long, chin in, chest wide, ribs down. Left toes drive in, thighs drive towards one another. Stay here, get that set, feel that. Now hover the left knee. Breathe here. Stay here, pull your thighs towards one another, eyes at horizon. Breathe here. Come to a stand without touching and bring the leg down. Go back the way you came. Eyes at horizon. Lift the leg. Slowly step back. Hover. Breathe here. Tap the knee. Lift. Tap the knee. Lift. Tap the knee. Lift. One more. Tap the knee. Lift. Hold. Lower. Come to tall kneeling. Toes curled under. Drive your toes in. Extend the hips. Breathe here. Reach your arms up. Pull the elbows down. Again, lift up. Pull the elbows down. Are you still extended into your hips? Pull the elbows towards your hips without extending and losing your neck space. Breathe. Stay here. Come back into a static beast. Breathe, spread your fingers, toes curled under, press the ground away, corkscrew shoulders in, hover. Neck long, breathe. Go back to the beginning. Right leg lifts, touch, and back, and tap. Left elbow strong, tap two, left elbow strong, tap one, hover. Now bring it in and hold here. Hold here, breathe. Push the ground away. Pull the knee in towards that elbow. Stay here. Take it back, hover. Knees down. Tall kneeling. Back to where we were. Inhale, reach the arms. Pull the elbows down. Lift the sternum towards the sky. Reach.
Lift and pull, so we're getting extension into that thoracic where your bra strap would be. Reach, exhale, pull. Pull, like you're pulling a bar down from the sky as your elbows towards your hips. Reach up, set your hands back. Static beast, toes curled under, spread your fingers. Push the ground away. Corkscrew shoulders in, drive toes in, hover, breathe. Stay here, breathe. Lift that left leg. Pelvis even. Tap that knee, take it back. Tap that knee, take it back. Tap that knee, right elbow straight. 2 more. Is your pelvis even? Take it back. 1 more, now stay and hold. Drive that knee in, lift more. Strong right arm, stay here. Take it back, hover. Lower the foot, back to tall kneeling. Hands to heart center. 1 more static beast, but we're gonna change the hand position to work the hands. Come down onto fingertips. Again, wrists under shoulders, so the load is over the hands. If this is too much, you go back to flat hand, but you grab that floor so you're not compressing into the wrist. Toes curled under. Push the ground away, corkscrew shoulders in, pull your clavicle apart, neck long. Chin in, chest wide, ribs down, same cues, drive toes in, and hover, breathe. Breathe here. 4, 4. 4, 3. Keep pressing the ground away. 4, 2. 4, 1. Hop your feet into your hands. Have a seat. Into your low squat. And just move around here a little bit. Breathe here. Into that low squat. You're gonna set your hands, step back to down dog. Paddle out your feet. Again, pinky toe, forefinger, grab the floor, thumb pad, pull your armpits in, press back into that down dog. Breathe here. Come forward to plank. Stay into this plank. Lower all the way down. Bring your forehead onto your forearms and breathe. Now, with your pubic symphysis, the bony mound of your pubic area, staying connected to the mat, we're gonna lift the right leg, getting into hip extension. If you can connect both of your ASIS, those bony protrusions of your hip, into the ground with your bony mound, your pubic symphysis, do that. I can't, I'm too bulbous. So I'm gonna connect my pubic symphysis, left foot, curl toes, drive into the ground to help stabilize. Inhale, lift the right heel without lifting your pelvis. That is your pure hip extension. Stay here, breathe. Right foot is flexed. Again, think about that tripod, pressing out that tripod from your right leg. Stay here, breathe. Keep the bony mound pressed into the floor and both hip positions. You should not be feeling low back. If you do, come out of it, recalibrate. Stay here. Drive from the heel of your foot. Breathe here, tap the toe and lift. Tap the toe and lift. So pure hip extension is only about 10 to 30 degrees. 30 degrees if you're super lucky. So it's a very small position. If you go further than that, where do you think you're extending? Low back. Exactly, we want hip. 2 more. Last one, stay here. Keeping that foot flexed. Pretend like I'm holding onto your ankle and then pull your ankle towards your hip. Keep your foot flexed. You're staying extended, bony mound pressed down, neck relaxed. Now take the knee out to the side. Pull the ankle towards the floor as the knee comes up. Out, right? Stay here. Go back the way you came. Extend that leg. Lower and relax. Shake out your hips. Let's finish up. Left side. Relax the head. Press your right toes into the ground. It into the ground so it stays integrated, connected to the floor. Now extend your left leg. Flex the foot. Think of that tripod as what you're driving, trying to touch the wall behind you. Inhale, lift that leg. Now notice this is your lab. Does this side feel like the other side? If the extension is different, do you think that's going to play out in your day-to-day? In gait even. Stay here. Neck is long, chin in, ribs towards your hips, press from the heel. Again, no sensation should be in the low back. We're working hip, pure hip extension. Keep that foot flexed. Bring the leg down, tap, and lift. Tap, and lift. Keep this right leg anchored. Give me 3 more. Extend, so your booty should be lit, y'all, like a coconut. It should be nice and strong. Stay here extended. Foot is flexed. Now again, I'm holding your ankle. I'm trying to keep you from bending your knee, and I want you to pull your heel towards your hip. Hello, hamstrings. Again, precision drives intensity. Do you feel it? Stay here. Head is rested on your arms. Now slowly pull the knee out to the side, maintaining hip extension. So you're abducting that hip, and then pull the ankle towards the ground, maintaining neutral pelvis. Stay here, hold, and then slowly come back the way you came, keeping that pelvic girdle stable. Extend that leg and rest. Shake out your hips. Breathe here. Just shake out your hips. Nice work.
Come up onto your forearms. Elbows under shoulders, spread your fingers. Again, like starfish. Push the ground away. Now notice the difference. Sagging shoulders, not stable. Stable shoulders, happy shoulders. The girdle is stable. Pull your elbows towards your ribs. Pushing the ground away, neck is long. Now let's go to those cues. Neck long, chin in, chest wide. Do you feel your shoulders connect? Chest wide, keep pulling the clavicle apart. Now ribs towards your hips. Hello, this is a different Sphinx pose. Now pull your sternum, your chest towards your fingers, maintaining those cues. Breathe. Can you see me shaking? My nervous system's like, what? Keep connected. Precision drives intensity. This is where your body, your brain's gonna be like, and it's gonna wanna relax. Keep pushing the ground away, maintain those cues. Keep the alignment, ribs towards your hips. Pull the chest through, pull your chest apart. Stay here, and now just breathe. 10 seconds. Stay here. Relax your booty. It should not be lit up. That's a compensatory pattern, one of my favorites. And relax. Oh, excellent work. Roll over onto your back, shall we? We're running out of time. Every body lab class is different. And I bring in a lot of different movement every single time, focus being maybe one area over another, just rolling over your back. So come back and join me, will you? Take it to happy baby. Now, again, feet are flexed. These poses are active. I want you to grab the outside of your feet so that your shoulders are externally rotated. Now, back of the head, thorax, sacrum connected to the floor, low back, maintaining its natural lordotic spine. As you flex your feet, I want you to press your heels toward the sky. Strong arm pulls thighs in towards the ground, maintaining neck long, chin in, chest wide, ribs down. Breathe here. Keep trying to kick your feet towards the sky. Kick, use the power of that low body. As you kick, you're pulling with the power of your upper body, your thighs towards the ground, so it's super active, making very nutritious hips. Stay here for 4, 4, 3, and you can see me shaking. 4, 2, and relax. Hug your legs in. Roll around onto your spine. If you have any questions, you can always message me. You can find me on Instagram at elizabeth.s.andrews. If I don't know the answer to your questions, I will certainly try to find out. I'm offering you just information and education as I continue to learn, especially from my mentors that I adore and think they're the smartest humans right now in the world, Kathy Dooley and Anna Focklemer. Inhale, exhale, and just go heavy onto your mat. Close your eyes and let the floor hold you. Think about what you experienced today. Anything new in your body? An aha moment? Any insight? Any challenges? Maybe not. If you're in a laboratory, what is your thought process when you're in a lab? And that's what we should bring into our movement. Question, explore, be curious, try a different way, maybe for a different result. Take an inhale. Exhale, have a seat. Nice, comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you for exploring with me today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for trying on something new. If you like what you experienced today, tips and donations are always welcome. You can Venmo me, elizabeth.s.andrews-18. My vow to you is I will continue to grow and seek out the best education so I can offer it to you. Namaste, God bless.